Hello, 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 and welcome. And yeah, that's right. I am talking movies and TV in this little video. As you can tell by the title, I am going to be reviewing Black Widow, Loki, and Space Jam: A New Legacy. So here I am doing what I did on this channel before. I did gaming videos. I talk movies and TV, and I want to get back into doing that because I love movies and television. I want to talk about them, and I've been wanting to talk about them, but I've just been focusing on gaming videos, and I'm just going to change it up a bit, and I'm going to talk about like movies, Marvel stuff, Star Wars stuff, DC stuff, I don't know, but I am going to be still doing gaming videos, and it's just like, I feel like there's not a passion. There's not one game right now that I'm passionate about, so yes, that's why I want to talk about movies. You will still see gaming videos on this channel. And you can go to my Twitch channel to watch me play games, twitch.tv/rebel_reindeer. Go check that out, or go follow me there. And yeah, get in the chat when I'm live. So yeah, I'm going to get to the thing I want to do, and I'm going to talk about the movies I want to review here. So I guess I'm going to start off with Black Widow. So this movie, of course, was supposed to come out last year, because of COVID, of course, got pushed to this year. And yeah, I was going in with sort of low expectations. Like, I wasn't excited about it at all. Even being a Marvel movie, I wasn't really excited about it. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to theater and watch this. I'm not gonna pay $30 for it on a Disney Plus, because that's like no way. I'll pay $10 and go see like a matinee. So I saw Black Widow, and I thought it was pretty good. And I don't know, maybe it was because I had like somewhat low expectations, I guess. But yeah, I liked Black Widow. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, Scarlett Johansson, I think over time she's gotten better as an actress, and I think she's gotten better as Black Widow. I mean, I thought her best performance as like a Black Widow was in Avengers Endgame. And that's, of course, I'm going into spoilers, so I want to warn you before I get too far along in this review. But I say that because I'm gonna spoil Endgame, of course, too. So if you haven't seen Endgame, I don't know where you've been, but of course she dies in this. And Black Widow, this Black Widow movie takes place. Well, it is the first Black Widow movie. I said it like it's the second or third or sequel, but this is the first Black Widow movie. And it's a movie that like we should have gotten before, and I think it was just too late in the game to have this movie. But like I still like what I saw here, and of course the movie takes place right after Captain America's Civil War, because we saw General Ross is trying to like take her down, of course. But that's how the movie got started off. But yeah, overall I like Black Widow. And yeah, the chemistry in the movie, I think the chemistry between Natasha and her sister Yelena, I liked a lot, and with the family too. But I mean, specifically with Yelena, I love their banter to one another. There's this running joke in the movie where they're talking about, or Yelena is talking about her pose, and yeah, I thought that was funny. And apparently it was actually kind of spontaneous. They had joked around it. Or they had joked about it on the set, and then they worked it in the script. So yeah, it was all Yelena do like the joke about that in the movie, and then she actually did it, and she was like disgusting. I thought that was funny too, to bring that around. And of course, with other like the family members, with the fake parents, Red Guardian, played by David Harbour, Chief Hopper. He was more of like a comedic character in the movie. Like, we did see him do some action stuff in the movie, but he was mostly comedic, and I thought he was funny. Him like getting all like he's all into being in his suit. He's got the super soldier abilities, but I guess they're kind of toned down, not as strong as Steve Rogers' abilities. But he's definitely the opposite. Like, he just really likes being in a suit, and he wants to like relive his glory days. And he's all asking about his fight with Captain America, when he's talking to Natasha, but was like, I mean, Captain America was still nice. Steve Rogers was still nice when Red Guardian was going around, right? I don't know, but it was funny to see him in that suit. See him fitting like in that suit where he's like, I mean, of course he doesn't well, I guess he fits in it, but he barely fits in it. But that was funny, him fitting the suit. And Rachel Weisz as Melina, I thought she was good too. And I thought, yeah, I actually thought she was going to be the villain. And at one point, they fool you, think that she is working for the villains. And that led to Natasha meeting up with Dreykov. And of course, she uses her face technology or whatever. You know, it's sort of like Mission Impossible. But I thought it was good. I didn't really expect it. And yeah, that was cool. I like that. And I like Rachel Weisz in any movie. So yeah, I liked her in this. And I want to actually going back to the start of the movie. The start of the movie. I mean, when we saw the family together and Natasha, Yelena are children. I thought that was pretty cool. Like the action we saw in there. I mean, they all got to the plane, and you see Red Guardian, David Harbour get on the wing of the plane, and he's like, and they're trying to outrun the police chasing them. I thought that was badass from Red Guardian when he was on the ship or when he was on the plane, the wings of the plane. I thought that was cool. And although I liked the movie, I thought that would have been interesting if they continued from that point where they got to Cuba and you saw maybe the girls go into the Black Widow program. I thought that would have been cool to lead off with that, but you can't really do that this far into the game for a Black Widow movie. So yeah, but what we got, I thought was good. So now let's get to my negatives, and I'm probably just going to be repeating what other people have said. But the villains, they weren't that good. Dreykov, I mean, with Ray Winston playing him, he was as a typical villain. And of course with Taskmaster, what they did with the character, I thought was like, it wasn't really that good. Of course, they revealed at the end of the movie that that's Dreykov's daughter as Taskmaster, played by Olga Kurylenko. I think that's her name. I think the actress's name. But she didn't speak at all in the movie, and I don't know, like it wasn't the real Taskmaster, and I know a lot of people are mad about it not being the real Taskmaster, not being Tony Masters, but hey, I mean, the action, sometimes it was good, but it was just like, yeah, definitely not the real Taskmaster. But it wasn't a big problem with me with the movie. It's just like, okay, maybe could have used a little more personality with Taskmaster, or even personality at all, really. But overall, I'm not like grinding my gears about this change, I guess. And we could still see another Taskmaster later in Marvel. I mean, maybe Julia Louis-Dreyfus' character Valentina, maybe she brings in the Taskmaster program, and maybe we will get to see a Tony Masters in the future. I don't know. Maybe he'll be battling, I don't know. He can't say Spider-Man. I don't know. Maybe he'll be battling Yelena as Black Widow if she becomes Black Widow, or whatever she becomes, I guess. I don't know. And speaking of that, let's get to the after credits in this movie. And that's where we see, of course, Yelena go to Natasha's gravestone. And then right there with her is Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Valentina, making her second appearance in the MCU after Captain America, or after Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, it's Captain America and the Winter Soldier now, but Falcon and Winter Soldier. And actually I think this would have been her first if the Black Widow came out last year. So yeah, we see her in there, and she tells Yelena that Clint Barton, Hawkeye, is responsible for her sister's death when he's not really responsible. But of course, she's gonna put it out there because, yeah, she probably doesn't want the Avengers being out there. So yeah, I don't know. Like, what does Valentina have up her sleeve? So yeah, and we see that, yeah, Yelena's already working under her, like on the potential Thunderbolts team. So yeah, that's interesting, and I am very excited to see where that goes with the Hawkeye series, which is gonna come out later this year. I don't know when it's gonna come out, but probably I guess fall, probably October, something like that. But that's gonna be interesting. I'm wondering how much of that will play in the series, and because it can't be the main thing, there has to be a main villain. Because I have to expect they're gonna be working together later on after they go against each other. But yeah, but that's the story of another show. So Black Widow, as I said, I did like the movie, and of course I had low expectations, but I did like it. So I would give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, not the best Marvel movie, but better than I expected. I had a fun time watching it, and yeah, I thought it was actually pretty good. So now let's get to the Loki season finale, and I'm gonna get right to it. I thought the Loki finale was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. And of course, the big thing in this episode is Jonathan Majors coming in playing a variant of Kang the Conqueror. Well, this one's not the Conqueror. He actually mentions it. He actually mentions Conqueror later, but he's not the Conqueror, of course. And he's like, I mean, in this episode, he's very zany. He's like a zany variation of Kang, and I liked it. I liked his Kang in this episode, and it's kind of a way I've never seen Jonathan Majors act in a movie. I mean, I've seen him in The Five Bloods and Lovecraft Country, but yeah, I've never seen him act this way. I thought he was pretty good in this episode, and it was such a surprise too, because I think they announced him as Kang in the MCU after he filmed this, because that was like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, right? So yeah, but I know he's gonna be in Quantumania, Anime Lost Quantumania, but it has a different version of Kang. So yeah, so definitely interesting the way they did this here. I thought it was a great way to get us a first look at Kang and not showing his like true potential on screen. I thought that was cool. So yeah, so that was the big thing about this episode I liked, and it was a very talky episode. They were just talking to him pretty much throughout the whole thing. I mean, they ran into like Miss Minutes at the start, and we saw Miss Minutes, of course, in this episode. She was kind of snobby at some parts. She showed her true nature in this episode. So yeah, like that was pretty funny. But yeah, Sylvie at the end killing this variant of Kang. I mean, I knew she was probably gonna betray Loki in some sort of way. Either that or she would have died, but I didn't see her dying in this episode. So yeah, so I kind of saw that coming, but I mean, the way they did it was interesting. And I mean, her and Loki kissing, I mean, I don't know, man. Loki kissing himself, I mean, I don't know. I mean, but they finally kissed, but then of course Sylvie like used her device and pushed Loki back into the TVA headquarters, and she killed Kang, and the sacred timeline, it's gonna branch out like a mofo or something like that. And the way it's gonna affect the rest of the MCU, I mean, it's definitely gonna affect Spider-Man Far From Home coming out later this year. Oh man, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield coming in, Jamie Foxx as Electro, Doc Ock, they're all coming through the sacred timeline. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but definitely this is playing an impact. And yeah, and I just like, I mean, what this sets up, I think it's just like, oh man, I'm loving it. I'm loving how the TV shows connect to the movies, are gonna connect to the movies, because we really haven't seen it yet, but we're about to see it. We're gonna see it. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. And it was also really eerie when, of course, Loki gets back and he sees Mobius and B-15 talking to one another, and he goes to Mobius, and Mobius doesn't know who he is. He just thinks he's an analyst. And yeah, we learn that Loki is in a different timeline, or just somewhere else. Definitely a different timeline, probably. Like Sylvie put him in. And yeah, that was definitely eerie. And then him looking up at the statue of Kang. So yeah, so Kang has already come and conquered the TVA, I guess, in this timeline. I don't know what is gonna happen, but I mean, that was like, that was a great way to end it. And like, there was no after credits. I was waiting for the after credits or mid credits, but it just was a stamp saying, yeah, we're gonna see a season 2 of this show. And I also heard Loki is gonna be in Doctor Strange in the multiverse of Madness, or Madness in the Multiverse. Am I getting that switched up? So yeah, I also heard that. I don't know if it's true or not, but it's been reported by the Hollywood Reporter, I think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. I think Doctor Strange is probably going to visit the TVA. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But I mean, this sets up so much. And I like Mobius, of course, with Owen Wilson playing him. I thought he was really good as Mobius, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in season 2. So yeah, he didn't get his jet ski at all. No jet ski yet, but hey, Owen Wilson, I think, did a really good job as Mobius. And Sophie, of course, I thought, what was her name? Sophie DiMartino? That might have been her name. I think I got that wrong. But she played, she was good as Lady Loki, Sylvie. So Yeah, I think they cast those characters really well. And overall, I didn't really talk about Loki too much at all in this channel, as I really didn't talk about any of the Marvel shows on Disney Plus. But yeah, Loki, I would probably give an 8.8 out of 10. I thought it was like, there's one episode I really didn't like. I didn't really care about that much. Overall, Loki, I really liked it, and I guess we're getting for a good season 2, as well as whatever else ties in with this in the MCU. We'll see. And now finally, let's get to Space Jam: A New Legacy, which dropped over the weekend where I'm recording this video. So yeah, definitely had to check out Space Jam: A New Legacy. And I am going to say that it was all right. I actually kind of dug Space Jam: A New Legacy. I know a lot of people are hating on it. There's a lot of critics hating on it. And probably a lot of people are hating on it because they want to compare it to the first Space Jam. But in my opinion, I think it's better than the first Space Jam. I mean, yeah, I think it's better. I think LeBron is better than MJ, at least in the movie. I mean, there's a whole other argument like in the NBA and on the court, and which legacy is better. I mean, it'll probably go to MJ, like basketball wise. As far as whose Space Jam movie is better, I think it's LeBron's. And the reason being, I think MJ in the first movie, it looks like he doesn't want to be there in some of the shots in that movie. And LeBron in this movie, I think LeBron is more committed to the role, and he's actually having fun filming. I mean, like, he's not a good actor. You can tell he's not a good actor, but I feel like he just had was more committed to the role. I think he had more fun with the role, and he actually wanted to be there. As far as MJ, I just think kind of the opposite. I don't know. I mean, I do like MJ sometimes in the first Space Jam, but overall, I just like LeBron better in this one. And I think the story was better too. I mean, the first one is just MJ getting kidnapped by the Looney Tunes when he's golfing. And of course, they want to save the world from aliens, and they from what's it called? I forgot what it's called, Moron Mountain or something like that. I think it was something like that. So yeah, but this one I thought was better. I thought the story about him and his son, I thought was pretty good in the movie. I thought him going up against his son in the game, I thought it was pretty cool. His son wanting to create video games and that playing a part in the game, I thought was cool as well. So yeah, it worked for me. I thought it was a better overall story than the first Space Jam. Like, don't hate. Don't hate on me, please. Also, I did like seeing LeBron as a cartoon, and then later on when they played the game, I like seeing the Looney Tunes as 3D, and they didn't like being in 3D, but I like seeing them in 3D. It was kind of different. I know traditionally, I mean, they're 2D animation, but seeing them in 3D, I thought it was actually pretty cool. I thought it was like, yeah, I don't know, for some reason I just really liked it. And of course the game was like kind of kooky. I mean, it doesn't really appeal to me. I think it definitely more appeals to kids, but that's where we see the Looney Tunes are most in like the second half of that game. So yeah, I thought it was like, yeah, it was kind of zany and whatever. It's not like real basketball, and I'm a huge sports fan. I like basketball, and I just find that kind of a huge problem seeing the way they put the points, and of course with the style points, I'm like, yo, like going up to 1,000 that quickly. I'm like, I don't know it's being generated, but it's definitely appealing to kids. Also, let's not forget about Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle it looked like he had so much fun with this movie. Him being the villain, like the villainous AI. I've read his name. His name was something stupid. I don't know. Algae Rhythm. Yeah. It was a stupid name. But I think he had fun with the role. I thought him as this artificial intelligence and yeah, pinning his LeBron's son against, or LeBron's fictional movie son against them in the movie. I thought it was pretty good, and it really, I mean, set up for a decent story, I thought. So yeah, I thought Don Cheadle was just he was hamming it up, definitely. I thought he was good. And the Warner Brothers promotion of this movie, I think that's probably one of my negatives. There's probably too much of it. I enjoyed some of it. I enjoyed the DC characters when they went into the DC world, and they're they're getting I think it was Daffy Duck and Porky, I think, out of the DC world, and they run into Superman and the other members of the Justice League. So I thought that was cool. And then later on with Lola Bunny at the mascara in this like comic book, like it's like a comic book look of the mascara, where there's like flashing between pages. I thought that was cool, and then even the Wonder Woman thing comes up. So yeah, so that was cool for the brief time we saw that. I thought it was cool. Some of the other stuff just really didn't fit in. I mean, I don't know, the Game of Thrones stuff. I mean, there was only one scene of the Game of Thrones where it's like what's the chicken's name? I forget. I don't know. The southern accent, like the southern accent chicken. I forget his name for some reason, but I'll say he was riding the dragon. I mean, I don't know. It just it didn't really fit. I mean, Game of Thrones is not a kid's property. Kids shouldn't be watching that show. So yeah, but they put it in there probably for the adults, I guess. I don't know. You have Matrix with like the grandmother, the granny in the Matrix. Oh, the one that actually I really liked was Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote in Mad Max. I thought that was pretty sweet to see. Even though Mad Max is far from a kid's property also, I thought that was funny. Yo, I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, there was too much WB promotion from what you see in the crowd also during the game. It's just like, I mean, there's a lot of characters in the crowd that look like extras, especially when you come down to the Game of Thrones, the White Walkers. I thought that was like, man, so cheap looking, so cheap. Oh yeah, that Porky Pig rap scene, that was cringe. That was so cringe. Oh man, I don't know. Oh, that made less sense than the points in the basketball game. They just stopped the game and Porky Pig just is rapping Notorious P.I.G. they called him. Oh man, that was bad. That was really bad. I mean, it's not like a big part of the movie, but it was definitely like, oh, ooh, cringe. I know who thought of that, but if you liked it, I'm glad you liked it. I mean, I think people can like that if they want, and I found it kind of cringe, but I don't know. That's because I'm a fan of rapper as well. I didn't talk about the Goon Squad characters. Like, I thought those characters were actually pretty nice. They actually compared well to the Monstars in the first movie. I thought they worked well. I mean, Klay Thompson. I'm a big Warriors fan, so Klay Thompson being there, being represented, that was cool. We saw Anthony Davis. We saw Dame Lillard in it, and Aneka. I always mess up her name. It's like Aneka Abrumake or something like that. I don't know. I keep forgetting her name. I know she went to Stanford, but she's cool. And Diana Taurasi played a part in it too. So yeah, overall, I thought the Village team was pretty good, and this movie was all right. I really can't criticize it too much. I mean, I did criticize it, but I can't really say it's trash because I feel like they're appealing to kids. I mean, some of the stuff they're trying to appeal to adults, and I don't know, but Space Jam New Legacy, I think, is better than the first Space Jam, but it's still it's still okay to me. I would give it a 6.8 out of 10. I don't know if I would seek out watching it again. If it was on TV, I'll probably watch it, but if I wouldn't seek out, I want to go back on HBO Max and watch it. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fun time. I think kids are gonna have a fun time with this movie. I think they did have a fun time. I'm not doing this review for you to go watch it because I mentioned spoilers, sort of. So you can tell me how you felt about Black Widow, Loki, or Space Jam: A New Legacy down in the comments below. So feel free to comment down below, and also hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on my videos. So yeah, I recommend it. I would recommend it deeply. So yeah, hit that thumbs up button too. So yeah, until next time, I'll see y'all later. Reindeer out.